It's the track that F1 hadn't visited since 2017. Welcome to the second round of the IWTR World Formula Series Season 2. We're here at the Sepang International Circuit for the Malaysian Grand Prix. I'm still your host and your commentator Pazza as always. As also we're looking for commentators to for having a little communicated piece. But let's have a look at the infos of the track. So Sepang International Circuit is a 5.5 kilometer or 3.4 miles circuit, 15 corners, 10 to the left and 5 to the right. As I mentioned before, F1 hasn't visited here since 2017, but their first race here it was on 1999 as MotoGP. Also, MotoGP occasionally do come around annually. Then WTCR also came here as well in 2019. Then the Formula 3 Asian Championship and the Asian Le Mans Series also appear in this track as well. Now, without further ado, let's get down to the grid. Pole position, it is 10 hours on pole position. What a great lap for him in the qualifying session. Then alongside him is Simon Vitt in second place. Then the rest of the field we have Alex Nassani, Luca Farina, Mitch Norton, Prema Pilch, Isaac Shaw, Agostino Pivona, Henry J. Brown, Zorik Pedrozan, Cesar Cohen Jr., Mihaly Sivak, Adia Bagus, Logan Rieger, Panos Glazos, Goichi Hoshi, Sepp Plebs, Red Legend 35, Luis da Silva, Keko Galome, Dragon Master, and Matthew Falcon rounds off the grid. Well, let's have a look at this track's layout. So we're gonna be on board with Mercedes SLS AMG safety car, but we're using it as a medical car, so we're gonna look at the TV camera. Actually, yeah, TV camera. So coming down to turn 1, coming to turn 1, before that is a straight, which is the track width of this track is 20 meters wide, so we should see some great actions on this track. So down to turn 1, nothing. It's pretty much a snaily section on the track 1, 2, and then through long right-hander into 3. Then these drivers can speed up through the section and possibly could have an overtake here. Use a little DRS and then went straight ahead into turn 4, which is probably one of the overtaking spots other than turn 1. Then we're gonna go into the half circle turn, which is turn 5 and turn 6. Both of them needs to require you have to carry a little bit of speed. You have to carry a little bit of speed on the here. Then you also brakes over here. Then into turn 7 and 8 is also pretty hard to perfect with the Formula 1 cars. This Mercedes is also really hard as well. Then down to a loose straight, slow down just a little bit, then turn left on turn number 9, then into what do we say, a right hand kink, into turn 10, and now into turn 11, which is a pretty tight one as well, and then all up into turn 12, which is over here. It's pretty tricky to get it right because these sections over here, the 12, 13 and 14, you have to carry the right speed to pretty much go into have a good exit on turn 14. Then you go into another straight, and finally we'll brakes over here. These drivers will brake here and then off to the final corner, which is over into the turn 15, the hairpin itself. And that's it. Into the start finish line and you finish the lap. Here it goes now, as goes our 4 set of lights. and it slides out, and away we go for this Malaysian Grand Prix. Tim Anderson gets a pretty good start to come out into his corner, but actually the rings already start dropping so for some reason. Goes out, all of these guys are scrambling into turn number 1. So I have to cleanse the medical gun. There you go. So Simon Vitt gets a good start at coming up into P1 now. Then Tim Anderson comes in second place. And Luca Farina in third place. Alex Zazani has a pretty rough start. And here comes Mr. Johnson down inside trying to dive on them. And ooh, there's a, I think there's a everyone, the track is now pretty much getting soaked by the rain now. It goes, Tim Anderson's trying to make a move on Simon Vitt, but it's still not enough. But Simon Vitt loses a bit of control, he gone wide a little bit. But Tim Anderson still can't find a ways to maybe overtake him, and he tries again on turn 11, but it doesn't work. Rain's dropping hard already at the start of the race, and ooh, Anderson sliding off a bit coming off the turn 13. Ooh, that's sorry, Pedrosan sliding off the track. Logan Riga trying to overtake him, actually it still doesn't work. Cesar going Senior in 10th right now. Because Tim Anderson trying to go around the outside, but eventually all these guys have to bit. Luca Farina, meanwhile, most of these guys are going to the pits, and oh, and there's a spin in the pits, and that's Akatina Bivona spins out in the pits, and I think that's on the back as well. Was it Sepp Plebs? It is Sepp Plebs. So here we go. So. That's the... Oh, he's been collided with Red Legend 85, I believe, and he got tagged. He got tagged by the Marussia. I think that was totally good Training Master, so... Oh, yep. Training Master spins around, but what about Akatina Bivona? He just pretty much spun on his own, coming into the pits. He pretty much spun on his own. Yeah, he did spawn on his own. What's gonna happen next? Oh, and Bivona hits the wall, and that's gonna be a front wing change, maybe, for him. Training Master also needs some front wing change because yeah, he lost the entire in-plate of it. Already we have a chaos here in the first lap of the race. Remote 14 laps of action though. Luca Farina is going to hit this lap. See, actually both the McLarens stay out. Sepp Plebs, yeah, the guy who spans, I think, at early on, he's now 10th, but he's kind of lost a lot of time there. Simon Vitt now in 11th, comes out 11th, then Tim Anderson, Alex Zazani, Rich Johnson, Pilch, Savak actually move up to 16 after those incidents. Arenas are under charge by Isaac for sure. And yeah, Magnus also staying out as well. Comes Luca Faria. How long could he hold on onto the lead? But you can see on the track's already soaking wet now. You'd see that there's a 100% humidity, actually 90% of humidity, a 100% chance of raining, so, and all these guys into the pits now. So Keiko Galone's in the pits as well, Sepp Plebs as well. See how these pit stops will go. Here comes Luca Farina into the pits now. See on his onboard camera. He's coming in. Gets a pretty good stop, 3.6 seconds, not a bad stop at all. But here comes the front, there is Mitch, Simon Vitt now coming off the circuit. It's still tight, very tight there coming off the pits, but Simon Vitt eventually overtakes eventually overtakes, I think that was a Luca Farina. Oh, a little bit of tap there, and there's some parts coming out of probably, I think it was a Lotus. I think it was Lotus parts that were coming out. Here goes Simon Vitt, a little bit struggling with the tires. Right, here's Luca Farina. Tried to dive down. He goes right round the outside, but he lost a little bit of control. Same goes with his teammate at Diabakers. See, Alex Nazani actually can't overtake, I think, Cesar Cohen Jr. and Luis de Silva. Alex Nazani coming up 6th, and there's a teammate battle now at Diabakers. Overtakes his teammate Luca Farina. But now the main target is basically the Red Bull in front of them, Simon Vitt. At Diabakers tries to go for a gap, but still really not enough. But he's really close to Simon Vitt. He's gonna go dive down the inside on turn 14. Could that be all? And that's pretty much all. And he takes the lead of the race. So I said he's not done yet because he has another chance on turn 15. And it goes around the outside. What an interesting move here. But could it be enough? Look at the back as well. Cesar Cohen Jr. backed up to third. Farina losing a little bit of control there. Diabak is still holding on. Here comes Simon Vitt now right on back. Because he dives down the inside, a little bit of contact there. Cohen Jr. are right behind. It's now a 6-car battle here, if you can see on the back. Actually, I get 8 cars now. But you can see on the front here, still side by side. Simon Vitt still going down the inside. It's still a battle here. Simon Vitt eventually gets in front of him, but here comes now Cesar Cohen Jr. She's looking for a move, but it still wasn't enough. Oh, here comes like a Diabakers now. Makes some staggering progress there. Cesar Cohen Jr. still right behind Diabakers, but here comes Luis de Silva down the inside on the Williams of Luca Farina. What a move. Up to 4th now. And if anyone's wondering that, and there's Cesar Cohen Jr. down the inside on Diabakers, and he takes the place. If anyone's wondering why is Lotus on the front, and we have a big piled up here in turn 11, and everyone's literally spawning. You can see Logan Riga, and there comes another one, Mihaly Sivak. The track is super wet now on the curbs. Everyone's complaining of the circuit in turn 11. And that's a huge one there. Sepleps and Henry J. Brown. And continue with all the slides as well. If anyone were wondering that why is Lotus in front, well, this is not an ordinary cars. These are modified just a bit to make everyone's equal. If there is any new viewers watching, there it is, Sepleps having damage on his car. But let's have a look once again on everyone's just literally complaining of the circuit. As about to mention the car's performance of each of them. So there is Luis de Silva sliding off, and there is two more of them. That's Mitch Johnson and 10 Anderson. There's Logan Riga. Then here it comes. That's Drake Master. But then also, I think that was Isaac for sure. Then, maybe Zurich put up the start, but that's a big hit. But he couldn't avoid anything for Sepleps. Also, I think move on off the track as well. But there's the Marussia. It was so I think that was the Marussia of Mihaly Sivak who spun out. Drake Master didn't actually. You can see on the front there's still battle. Diabakers still holding on from the lead. Simon Vitt and Cohen Jr. both battling for position in 2nd place. I don't know if anyone's going to be encountered with the problems that we're going to face once again. But the track is literally soaking wet, and everyone's probably almost I think maybe everyone aquaplaning off the circuit there in turn 11. We'll have to wait and see if that's going to happen again. Yeah, everyone's just literally sliding. Sepang into the pits now. Probably comes out off the pits now. And oh, there is Mitch Johnson. I think that slide might cost him the tyre wear probably quite a lot. But here comes now Vitt down the side of Cohen Jr. There's still a battle. A little bit of slide there coming off the turn 11 now, and there's another one. Louis Da Silva, the aquaplane off the circuit. Alex Desani. There's more damage to these cars, and there's another one coming in, and that's Matthew Falcon. Oh my goodness me! And that's yeah, that's gonna be a full course yellow. No question at all. Look at that. All of the cars are piling up on turn 11 now. Probably makes the race slowing down a little bit, would say. So there is a look at that. Matthew Falcon, he just comes and plows into Pilch and then Mitch Johnson and the other guys. And Red Legend 35, there's Tim Anderson involved. That's Bivona involved. And look at that, all those cars are pounding in, and the Lotus just slams into, I think it was Mauritia. I think that's already pedals on it. Oh, and there's another one. And oh, another one. And oh, and there's another one. Henry J. Brown. Everyone is actually pretty much aquaplaning on the curbs. There is going to be a lot of damage to those cars. Safety car is out for the second time of the season. Yeah. If I'm being honest, it's really not a surprise match. But Alex Nizani comes in the pits. I think there was a tire change or something. He has no damage to his car, but he's gonna have some tire change. There's Logan Riga. There's a lot of damage too. And there's another spin! And that's Mitch Johnson! That spun in the pits! Now everyone is actually... oh my goodness me. So he goes into turn 8. Sorry, into turn 15. Then he goes to the pits. He slides off! Probably the same incident as before got, but this time he got damage from someone else as well. Yeah, that's gonna be our full, definitely a safety car here. So that's Diabakers leading the field. But now here comes off the pits, and that is Pilch coming out in front of Glazos. So here comes the other guys now into the pits. Sepang actually took into 14th now. Mihaly Zivak comes out 15th. You can see on the other guys, that is, oh, that's very close there. Zorik Pedrozan comes on 16th, 10 Anderson 17th, Henry J. Brown 18th, Dragon Master 19th. Bivona comes off 20th, then Mitch Johnson 21st. But the most longest one is probably going to be Red Legend 5, who's pretty much just got slammed by someone. Here he goes, he's coming out to the pits, and he will be the last to come out of the pits. We're not gonna speed we're gonna speed these things up just in case if it takes a little bit too long. And yes, it is gonna be a little bit longer than it's usual, because now here comes the other guys now. The front runner is going to the pits, and oh, another spin there by Red Bull. What is going on with this race, man? Simon Vitt spawning out. Oh, he got tagged. He got tagged by Keiko Galone. He's tried to rejoin the track, but then he slides off, spins into the gravel, and that might be his position going again, but I think the stewards will let him by. Goes now. Alexazani now taking the lead race with Pilch in second, Glazos third, Simon Vitt is fourth. Actually, he should have been on the front. So Simon Vitt actually leading the race Then here comes Sepang and Mihaly Sivak. Diabakis comes out 7th though. Luis da Silva comes out 8th. Korean 9th. Cohen 10th. Petrozan 11th. 10 hours and 12th. J Brown 13th. Then also Dream Master for 14th. Then Bivona, Johnson, Horishi, for sure, Riga, Falcon, Glebe, Galone, and Red Legendary 5. So that's all. The track's still the track's pretty much still soaked up by water, so everyone should expect some drama. Maybe some drama's going on. Everyone's actually a little bit confusing on our position there. Because 1 lap to go. So we're gonna go racing once again. We're gonna restart on lap number 9. That's on board with Simon Witt. That's every driver ready to go for the restart. The first restart of the race, in fact. Here he goes now, the safety car pulls in. And there's somebody's going to the pits. That was Sepang going to the pits, but now it's a green flag. So seems Simon Witt pulls away. Well, but here comes Alex Azani, go down the inside, and he takes the lead of the race, and now here Permanent Pilcher right behind him, and there is Alcatino Vivona fighting for positions, but here comes Mitch Johnson down the inside on him on turn 2 into turn 3 now. There's a little bit of contact there coming off the turn 3. Because now Witt has to catch up with Alex Azani. I am now a little bit worried if those guys are going to act complaining off the circuit once again. I hope that the track could possibly dry it up before they reach there. Because Red Legendary 5 having a fight there between him and Mitch Johnson. So into the double right-hander, and he's going to have to give that position away. Everyone's going to the pit. Sepang, he might actually sort this out. He's the only one at pits before the green flag was dropped. So maybe we could see. And there he goes, and another 2 cars off, another 4. Oh no, that's not looking good at all. That could be another safety car, but still no safety car yet. Still no decisions by stewards. So I think everyone's still clear to race. Luis da Silva now up to 6th after those spun out. Let's have another look at the spun out fest. So it's all started with, that was a Permanent Pilsen, Henry J. Brown, then, oh my goodness me, both of the Mercedes spun out, and there's the Red Bulls and a little bit of contact there, the Lotus and Marussia. There's also another damage. The Caterham on the, I think it was a McLaren. But you can see Sepang right behind him. So maybe, possibly, he could take the lead, or maybe in top 10. Now here comes the front runners and probably most of the fields into the pits. Because they're still battling into the pits, but I understand for some of these guys still not pits though. I think probably half the field may be pitting. Sepang, he would gain a lot of free positions here. Now it's and Luis da Silva spins around, and Diabakis back on the lead. Luis da Silva pretty much chinks it up on turn 1. Sepang up to 10th. Witt now comes up in front of everyone now. Mihaly Sivak, then Pilch just in front of Drake Master, then Red Legendary 5 Zuri Petazan. Azani dropped back to 17th. Then 10 hours in the pole position, dropped back to 18th. Mitch Johnson 19th. Henry J. Brown 20th. Glazer's 21st, and before now, not a really good day for him. He is now last. But now these guys gonna go pitting once again. The strategy is just all messed up there for every single team. I don't know if we're gonna see another spin, but hopefully not. There it goes now into some of the don't slide loose. The silver slides and the eyes are for sure. Logan Rieger, Cesar Cohen Jr., Keko Loans, and Matchview Falcon. Look at Sepp Plebs on behind. He's trying to go through it, and he actually do. He up to 4th place. Vitz now follows right behind him. Now I think with new tires they should get some better grip coming off those corners. But it comes IWTR still holds the lead. Koichi Hoshi meanwhile he's up to 2nd. But like I said, they all gonna go to the pits for the front runners. But only Sepp Plebs is staying out. So that means he is now your new race leader. What a masterpiece strategy that he made over everyone else. That strategy could have pulled off probably the best, pitting before the green flag drops. Man, Vitz now 2nd, Mihaly Savak 3rd, Pilch 4th, Radichet 5th now. Drake Master 6th, Pedrozan 7th, and Alex Nasani is about to be overtaken by Tin Anderson, but still he stays ahead. Koichi Hoshi comes out in front of Mitch Johnson. He actually in the points though. A little bit slide there, that's Rogan Rieger. But now Plebs has a comfortable lead over Vitz. Actually 5 seconds. Now here comes Pilch, trying to defend with Red Ledger 55. And here comes Mitch Johnson trying to go dive down the inside on Tin Anderson. Tin Anderson still holds on the inside and eventually has to pull away. And now Plebs gaps drop down to 1.5 seconds now. See on the behind there, Alex Nasani with Koichi Hoshi battling for position, for 9th position. Nasani still holds on. Koichi Hoshi tried to go down the inside, but he has to stay in the back of him. And now Plebs being overtaken by Vitz. I think that's bait. That's probably the straight. Yes, it is. Goes around the outside. What a move there from Vitz into turn 1. So a lot more paddle is there. Both Mercedes. Then comes out the airbag, trying to dive down the inside on Argentino Bivona. Now round the outside on turn 2. So on turn 2, Adiabakis takes the position. Still now, Vitz has now a comfortable lead over Sepp Plebs now. Now Vitz comes back. Vitz still in front, but Sepp Plebs trying to have a comeback. And now Savak actually catching over a little bit on Sepp Plebs, but Sepp Plebs I think he's losing a little bit of pace going into the last 2 laps. But here goes Sepp Plebs going to the pits once again. The tire is really hurting these cars. Actually, Sepp Plebs pitted in the as I said before, the green flag. So yeah, his tires should be a little bit older. And there goes Sepang into the pit once again. Another stint for him. Man, what a stint! What a strategy that he made. Oh, we have a yellow flag for some reason, and I think somebody slid out of the track. Mitch Johnson actually overtakes Sten Anderson for the points now. Because Sten Anderson is still looking, but you can see on the front there's Drake Master trying to make a move on the Lotus to get into the 4th place. Let's try to overtake the Relative. Let's try to overtake Relative 35. Still, maybe Relative 35 try to go around the outside for the last podium spot, and he buckles. Just punch the. He just literally punched Pilch off, almost off the track, but he makes it through. Now he's in the contention for having his first. Oh, and Relative 35 makes it up on turn 9. He slides off the track, but Pilch trying to go for a move once again, but Pilch losing a little bit of momentum here. Still, Savak has to catch up with Vit. Vit is actually slowing down quite a bit because he has to conserve the tires. And oh, there's a slide there, Drake Master pushing the cars a little bit too much, losing a little bit of control. Here comes Sorik Petrozan now. Comes now Vit. Still holding on. It's the final lap of the race. Zavak just right behind him. The Relative 35. He only need, so Zavak has to make up 2.5 seconds if he wants to get a win. But you can see out of behind there's I think there was Koichi Hoshi battling with Mitch Johnson. But Sten Anderson also needs to defend the position for Henry Shea Brown, because that's the last point position. There's still a lot of battles going on there. There's still battling Relative 35 and Permit Pilch. That one's kind of still struggling. Pilch tried to go. Maybe he's gonna try to recreate, but he's losing a little bit of control. He still stays there. Maybe he could have pulled off the move. He goes down the inside on turn 7 and 8. Did a little bit of tapped on the front and back wheels, but Pilch managed to break up back into to 3rd place. Religion said, "I'm not giving up just yet. He might wait for next move at turn 14 or 15." But Fit, possibly he maybe could win a race, but later 25 he messes up himself, and there's another one. There's another 3, another 2. Oh, another. Oh, disaster. Oh, and that's a huge shunt there with the Mercedes. Both of the McLaren spuns out on the final lap, and there's a tag once again. Kekulong off the circuit, and now Kekulong is last. And now Pilch probably having a big sign of relief. And it goes Vit around the final corner, and he will take the checkered flag for the Malaysian Grand Prix. He wins. Simon Vit wins the Malaysian Grand Prix. What on earth is this race? Savak, first podium of his. Actually, this is probably his his second podium, if I'm correct. Pilch takes 3rd. Koichi Hoshi just came a little bit too short there. Relative 35 finished 7th. Drake Master 6th. Diabak is just very close on Koichi Hoshi, trying to make some gap, but eventually he couldn't. Sepang finished 8th. Good recovery there. And then Palace Glaze was 9th, and then Akatinu Ivona in the points. He eventually avoids all those chaos in turn 11 on the final lap. Oh my god. Mitch Swanson 11, Petrozan 12, Farina 13th, Da Silva 14th, Nizan 15th, Henry J. Brown 16th, Anderson 17th, Falcon 18th after that huge chunk there. Then Isaac Shaw, Logan Rieger 20th, Zayzai Cohen Jr., then Keko Gala rounds off the grid. What on earth is this race? What a I think that's probably the most dramatic. Just only the second race of the season and we already have this chaos, man. But it's also with the Malaysia weathers as well, playing the probably huge role for taking out so many cars off the circuit into turn 11. But here's your winner then, Simon Witt taking the victory. Wow, Mohamed Silva, congratulations there. I think that's your second podium of your career and his first podium in the season as well. Great job by the Malaysia team, but Pilch, what a defend on Red Legendary 5, but Red Legendary 5 just came too short. He slid off into turn 11. He would have gone 4th if he would have controlled it like perfectly. He could have overtaken Pilch for the final podium spot. But man, that was a total madness in style. Your winner, Simon Witt, taking a victory in the Malaysian Grand Prix. Wow. Oh. So that is pretty much it for the Malaysian Grand Prix. We'll hope to see you once again in the next race. Next round would be at the Bahrain Grand Prix at, of course, the Bahrain International Circuit. Well, that's it for this video and for this race. If you like this video, please click a like, share and subscribe to the IWTR or International World Tour Racing channel on YouTube. And if you're interested in joining in this league, I'll post the link. I already posted the link in the description below. So that's it for today. I'm your host and your commentator, Bowser. Start signing off. Goodbye.